So I'd mentioned earlier getting a vacuum line connection point off the manifold. Now this is a stock Chevy 2-barrel manifold. You'll notice there's actually a vacuum line connection right here. It's like the big one that would be on the back or the front of my big 4-barrel carburetor on that other one. And there's one here, and this one has 2 joints. Has one here, one here. One of those may be bigger than the other. Dang, what I was looking at here is on this intake manifold right here, there's a nut sitting right there, and the only thing that's doing is stopping up a hole. There's vacuum that flows through that line, and I call that a nut. I guess it was a bolt. And this little piece right here is basically should fit the same hole, and this has 2 vacuum lines coming out of it. One of them is that big, and one of them is that big, and I think you know, one of these could be appropriate for the windshield wiper, and one could be appropriate for that vacuum line that goes down to the transmission, or it could be appropriate for a booster. Anyway, I'm going to knock this off and put it on that other motor over there. There we go. Oh, look at that. That one's certainly going to pull a lot of air with all them spider things in there. Dirt dauber's nest, whatever that is. Yep, that's exactly what it is, dirt dauber's nest. All right, we can put that actually right onto the Rambler and hook the wipers up to it. That thing there's just finger tight. Hot, hot, y'all, hot, hot, hot. Woo. Woo. Yes, sir. I'm gonna go blow this out with air conditioner over there. Air compressor. Oops. That's not gonna fit. I'm gonna need an adapter to get up to that size. Alright, I'll cut y'all off while I go. Let's see what I can find in my bucket of fittings. Okay, so here's what I did instead. This piece that I pulled off of that manifold that had the 2 little sections coming out, that's awesome, but it doesn't fit the hole. That small brass piece there fits the hole, and I'd have to adapt it to that big piece to get that in there. But what I did do, there was a piece on this manifold that was just a single piece that stuck out below where the carburetor went, and I made the comment that it was very much like the piece that would come out of the back of one of those Edelbrock carburetors. Well, that piece fit in the hole, and it has a really large size exit, and I had a splitter. It's a little plastic piece, but one side of this is a smaller splitter and one is a larger splitter. That could be, well, it could be used in a variety of ways, but one way it could be used is to power that wiper. Now let's try that out. That should be delivering a lot of vacuum to that. So let's see if I'm right about what I'm saying. Now, wipers here. Now that's pretty good for a vacuum wiper. Any of y'all that's ever had vacuum wipers know. You see how they change speed when you gas the motor? Like when you mash the gas, they just about stop, and then in the after effect it sucks in more air and they go faster. So if I mash the gas, well, if I was going down the road in a rainstorm, that would be excellent. So that is certainly workable for my wipers, and I may have enough vacuum on that to operate the vacuum module on this booster. See this booster line on here? Well, that's not very big. That's a pretty small line. Maybe that secondary line that runs out of the manifold right there would work fine on that. We will find out once we get that installed. That's going to be another project for another day, but for today I've got windshield wipers that work, and that don't look too bad. You know, this part back here is a little funky because what I've got here is I've got a wire stuck onto the top of that thing that comes out with a bolt in it. Like I say, that's not too pretty, but it's workable, and I might can come up with a little better setup for that. But for the moment, we can let that run just like that and call it good. So thanks for watching. Catch you next time.